Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me just move on there. Now, let me go to my main camera. Already we're live. And yeah, I do have a brand new setup. A video will be uploaded, let's say tomorrow midnight for me, where you guys are actually going to be seeing my new setup, because I did get a new mouse and keyboard, because the old mouse and keyboard did require a battery and now this is wired. That said, you guys can ignore the rough table. I'm going to be patching it up and all that stuff. That said, today I'm going to be working more with developer tools, which basically is GitHubs, and the Linux CLIs and all those basic stuff. The reason I did actually take a bit longer to start the stream was because, by God, when I tried to log in Claude, it actually said me it needed a verification. And yeah, it took me a long time to get through that stuff, but we're good now. And also, one more thing. My college did start, so I am back from college, and this is going to be my usual time, or my regular time is basically going to be sort of usually when I start streaming and all that. That said, let's move on to my gameplay screen. There we go. And yeah, as you guys can see, I did not have much time to really set this up real quick. I'm going to go ahead and grab that there. There we go. And then let's grab this here as well. And now let me go ahead and say something like, let's say a live explanation. Okay, and I could give you guys a quick little spoiler as to the video that I'm going to be uploading in a bit. Actually, June 2nd midnight. For that, I may go back to my main camera. Here is the, okay, I can't really show the mouse. You guys can see a tiny bit of glimpse of it. But in the video, it's going to be more detailed, and this is the keyboard that I'm using. There, I forgot the company. I think it was something, it was like Butterfingers, not Butterfingers. It's Blue Fighter, there we go, or Blue Finger, there we go. It's a pretty generic gaming keyboard and mouse. It works so much smoother, but it is a bit heavy to use. That's it, let's go. You showed up again. That's nothing most people do, blah, blah, blah. And now, last stream, I did work with a few, let's say, Git commands. This stream, I'm going to be working with more Git commands and all that stuff. Oh, wait, my bad. There we go. Yeah, and guys, I completely changed my angle up there. Okay. Let's see, before we touch question 5, let's make sure your repo, which is basically my repository, isn't broken from last session. Oh, I'm sorry, my Crunchy, it looks different. I think you really got a new keyboard and a RGB mouse. That actually does make sense, guys. That's it. Let me grab my chat in my window right here, because I do got one window here and one window there. Okay, I usually had my window that was kept in this side for whatchamacallit, for Claude's reference, but I guess it's fine. I can go ahead and just turn my head all the way here to see the second window. That's it. Let's read now. Oh, that's so much better to see the chat and all that. There we go. Okay, let's see. Now, run this right now and tell me what you see. Git login, Git status, and Git branch. So, to do those things, of course, I will be needing GitHub. Therefore, let's go ahead and open GitHub. And guys, ignore this tiny little scar here. The table has been through a lot. Let's see. Okay, so this is from, let's say this is my program from last stream, or let's say my files from last stream, or my terminal from last stream, because I did not work with anything off stream. Hey, we're a bit late today. Actually, the reason I did start a little bit late was because Claude was asking me for a verification for some reason. It wanted to make sure that I'm a human. And that took way too long. It did. Like, it couldn't look at my face and say that I'm 18 for some reason. That's it. Firstly, what were the commands that we were going to look up? I'm going to go ahead and grab Claude as a reference here. And then I'm going to go ahead and get it there. And guys, it feels so awkward for you guys. It feels like I'm turning all the way here to see my keyboard, but it's literally to my right. Well, I mean, it is kind of awkward, but that's fine. There we go. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little. Now, we're firstly going to go ahead and try something like git log. Let's go with something like log. And then I'm going to go with one line. I have worked a little with this last stream. And then we're going to go with git status. I did work with git status as well last stream. And wow, okay, we do not have a status changed status, okay. And then git branch. Let's go with git branch. Okay. And lastly, let's go with git restore python underscore nodes.txt. Let's go with git restore. Okay, I want to restore my python underscore nodes.txt. And guys, it's so awkward typing in this keyboard. I mean, it's so much better than before because my last keyboard was pretty small, so I had to type like this. This keyboard is more widespread, but my fingers are not used to it now. Dude, it's almost 2 a.m. for me. I think you should go and sleep. Bro, time in our country, it's 3 p.m. for me. Okay, let's go ahead and copy this stuff. Okay, you guys might think, why is my keyboard in this table and why is my keyboard in this table and mouse in the other? Well, because my table was way too small, so I'm kind of substituting both my tables. There we go. Okay, and guys, I'm in the most diagonally awkward position right now. Okay, let's go with something like done. And then let's go ahead and send it. And yeah, I want to go ahead and change my effort level to be max because I want to see the kind of response or like how fast can I reach my Claude's limit, because last stream I did not reach my Claude's limit at all. Okay, exact time 3 p.m. Okay, content python underscore nodes.txt was deleted again. Good thing we checked. It's restored now. Repo is clean. No ghost branches. No log matches. You're good to go. Question 5 branching. Task. You're about to recover CLI and VS Code next. Create a feature branch for that work. Okay, and to separate files with 2 separate commits, then merge. Okay, then merge it in and clean up requirements. Create a branch called feature/tooling. Okay, hyphen notes. Create a file called linux underscore notes.txt and add 3 lines of any placeholder. Any placeholder content, not empty. Remember, pydantic underscore notes.txt. Commit that file with the message, add Linux notes, create a second file called vs code underscore notes.txt, add 3 lines of any placeholder content. 2 p.m. or a.m.? Let's go with p.m. Okay, you can always do the tried and true method of sitting on the ground's infinite table space, but then I do need my monitor and my webcam up as well, and if I sit down, my legs does hurt because this is like, I think it's cart or, yeah, I forgot, it's a tile floor, there we go. Wait, it doesn't really look like a tile, but you guys know it's not. I don't really have a carpet like how I had in my previous apartment. This apartment is basically just like a hard floor. I'm gonna get like a leg cramp if I sit down. That said, create a second file called vscode.txt, and also it's gonna hurt my back. Okay, add 3 lines of any placeholder content, commit that file with the message, add vs code notes, switch back to master and merge the branch. Delete the branch after merging. Expected output, git 2 hyphens, 1 line, should show yada yada. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get that in my other window. And guys, this is so awkward actually. Like, I wanna get my chat in that window and my Claude in this window so I can just see 2 windows or 2 screens from here. But I think the chat is better here. Why cannot you become a PUBG developer? Guys, what do you mean PUBG developer? Okay, why it looks so much different from your rooms? Actually, you guys will know that in my upcoming video, which will be uploaded on June 12th at my midnight, which is probably going to be you guys in the morning, depending on you guys' region and all that stuff. I did add or change my, or let's say, I did sort of redecorate my whole room because I needed to utilize my tiny table and also have space for my mouse. So now I'm more like using an L shape for my table and my monitors. Before, I just had a table in front and a mini table. Actually, before I just had my medium-sized table in the back and this mini black table in the front, where I had space for my small keyboard and mouse, but these are pretty massive. And I should stop talking and start working here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so firstly, I gotta go ahead and create a new branch. So I'm gonna go with Control tilde to get my terminal on. And we're gonna go ahead and create a new branch called feature/tooling notes. So I'm gonna go with something like git checkout. Guys, this is so awkward. I'm already getting a neck cramp. Maybe what if I try going that way? Wait, that messes up with my camera, right? Camera angle looking up can bring you a headache. Guys, that does make sense. Hold on. Let me go back to my main camera. There we go. If I move this here. Oh, that change, that shifts, that rotates my entire freaking camera. What the hell? Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and extend this. If I get a headache, I get a headache. Guess let's get back up here. Okay, now, git checkout. I'm gonna check out a branch. My branch is gonna be feature slash tooling notes, Feature. Whoops, what the hell? Guys, I'm not used to this keyboard yet. Let's go with something like git checkout, and then I'm gonna go with something like b feature, Feature. Let's go with something like feature slash tooling hyphen notes. Okay, and then let's go ahead and send it. Fatal error, cannot find it. Wait, hold on a minute. I may need my reference. No pain, no gain. What I'm saying, guys. Okay, wait, let me say something like, can I get a... Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say it in my cloud that you guys can actually see. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say something. And always, guys, this is like an inevitable thing that happens. I gotta always fix my webcam's configurations, of course. Let's go ahead and increase some of the gain. Then let's go with apply. Let's go with OK. And let's hit OK. Now, can I get a sort of cheat sheet which has the git commands in it, question mark? Because even though I am starting to understand the syntaxes, I did not memorize the syntaxes. Okay, and I'm going to change the syntaxes here to logic. Even though I did understand the logic, I did not memorize the syntaxes. Let's go with something like logic. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and grab plot here. It's ASMR. Let's go, guys. You know what? I might start making keyboard ASMRs. Absolutely not. What the hell? No, I don't mean that. Okay, what do you name this stuff? So git checkout, I do know that stuff. I literally did that stuff, but it said this feature does not freaking exist. You know what? I think it's time, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my previous chat here. This is so much better because I sort of get where's it gone? Okay, I sort, there we go. No, not this. Okay, that is feature. Hold on, guys. Let me go a bit higher. Just a tad bit higher. There we go. Okay, so this. At least I had this with my previous plot. I'm going to go ahead and grab this up here. Paste it, and I mean something like this. Just so I can have some practice, since I cannot write something if I do not know what to write. Okay. Let's see. I'll fix the AI's probabilistic. Guys, how do you pronounce that? Hallucination problems. I see. The terminal comes with a cheat sheet. Try GitHub. It's kind of confusing, but able to read terminal docs is important. That does make sense. Finally. How long has it been, guys, since I actually found this stuff? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let's say grab that in the other cloud, and while that's being on, I'm gonna delete this and open a brand new fresh terminal. Then I'm gonna grab my cloud back up here just to see this stuff. Guys, my neck is gonna kill me after this stream. Okay, so git checkout. So first things first, I gotta go ahead and scroll all the way higher until I don't see the instructions. Yeah, it's in my other window. Hold on. There we go. So we're gonna create a new branch called feature tooling. So feature and then branch, create and switch. Okay, so let's go with something like git. I'm gonna go here and type git branch. Okay, this is gonna tell me the branch that I currently am on, which is my feature branch. What the hell? Hold on, let's go with something like git delete. Git branch. Guys, I'm not used to this keyboard. Git branch delete, And then I'm going to go ahead and delete this branch. It's my feature branch. Let's paste it. And then I'm going to hit enter. Cannot delete branch feature used by work tree at this. Okay, let's go with git checkout master. I'm going to check my master branch out and then run this command. Nice. Now we start fresh. Okay, let's go with git branch. We just have a master branch, and then I'm going to go with something like git checkout. Okay, I want to go ahead and check out a branch known as feature/branch. There we go, switch to a new branch. Okay, and then next up, let's see. Okay, and then we go with create a file called linux_notes.txt and add 3 lines of any placeholder content, not empty. Remember, Pydantic needs notes. Okay, so I think my async IOs is notes here. I'm just gonna go ahead and X that for now. Okay, so 3 lines, right? And then let's go high. Now, for my async IO, I'm gonna rename this thing to, let's say, linux_notes.txt. And then we're gonna go ahead and open our terminal again. In the terminal, we're gonna go ahead and commit that file with the message add Linux notes. I do sort of remember how to commit, but I forgot the syntaxes. Okay, so we go with commit m. Okay, so we need to merge and commit or just commit. Okay, commit that file. Okay, so we're just gonna go with something like git. Oops. Git commit. I want to go ahead and commit a message which is going to be called VS Code underscore add Linux notes. Okay, add Linux notes. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and enter. So we did go ahead and add our Linux notes. No change committed. Wait, did I not save this? Control S. Okay, now let's try it again. Git commit. No changes. It's fine. Okay, and then later we go with something like commit that file to this, switch back to master and merge that branch. Okay, so we're gonna switch back to master. Git checkout master. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and merge that. So I'm gonna go with something like git add. Let's say feature feature slash merge that branch. Okay, so it's called feature/branch. Okay, and then delete the branch after merging. Did not match. Git branch. I want to merge this branch. And then let's go with something like git add that branch. Fatal error. Didn't it git merge feature/branch? That's literally it. Oh, wait, I add, right? Guys, the name literally had merge in it. Okay, there we go. And now let's go with something like git delete or git branch. I want to go ahead and delete a gitsys branch called my feature branch. And now let's go with something like git. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something like git maybe log 2 hyphens 1 line. There we go, nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and then let's just go ahead and copy this whole thing. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab Claude up here real quick. In your Linux notes files, write vinslop ACUX cause funny. What does that even mean? Okay, let's go ahead and grab this here and then let's go ahead and paste it and say done. Okay, this was a lot. Okay, what did he do for the first 18 days? Actually, I did follow a detailed roadmap. Matter of fact, let me show you guys real quick. What up, guys? Let's go to something like my roadmap. There we go. Okay, so basically for the first 18 days, I did work with advanced Python, which consisted of decorators, generators, context managers, async IO, async/await patterns, type-ins, pydantic, and virtual environments and dependency management, including some developer tools. Because for the past two streams, I have been working with developer tools, which for the time being is Git, and then later I will work with GitHub, and then let's say Linux CLIs and VS Code or PyCharm setup for Python. Whoa, there we go. Okay, if that made any sense, guys. So those were basically what I've done up to the first 18 days, although they are the very basics. And if you guys do want access to this roadmap, which actually is for my agentic AI, because I am currently under a series which is called AI Engineering for 365 days, where my goal by the end of this series will be to make an agentic AI which could either be training a model from scratch or using LLMs for it, depending on my skill level. But if you guys do want to join me and follow me on this roadmap, or let's say join me and follow my roadmap, make sure to join the Discord server and go to the Coding Helps Us chat or the Pythons chat and DM me for the roadmap. I will be personally DMing you guys the roadmap. The link is going to be in the description. The link is going to be in the bio, and you guys can get access to my Discord by typing !Discord on chat as well. No space and all lowercase. A link should pop up in about, let's say, 3 to 4 seconds. There we go. Okay, not done. We need to talk. Look at your log. Headmaster at Pydantic notes, same as before. Nothing changed. 0 new comments. The question is not complete. Mistake 1. Wrong branch name. Feature/branch. The task said feature/tooling notes. Branch names matter. They describe the work. Mistake 2. Commit without staging. You ran commit before git add. Okay, git told you exactly what happened. No changes added to the commit. Okay, stage first, git add. Okay, you know what? Wait, can I get the instructions again? Question mark. It's way high up in the chat. Yeah, it's not really that high up. I have it open in my other window. But a new set of instructions is going to be starting stuff from scratch. Okay, let's see. Okay, question 5. Here you go. And guys, let me actually fix my... oh god, what is wrong with my webcam? I thought that having my camera positioned be this way is actually going to fix some of my lightings. Hold on. Give me a quick sec. Let me just close this blinder up. Okay, because I could actually change my configurations, but for some reason it's still so bright. Okay, let's go there and then let's decrease some of my gain. There, that's much better. And guys, let me know once my screen looks a little radioactive. Okay, here you go. Question 5 instruction. Create a new branch called feature_tooling notes. Create Linux notes. Not empty. All that basic stuff. Expected output. Okay, I'm going to get the chat in the other window. And guys, if I feel this setup is too awkward, you guys can expect a new setup. Cause I gotta move my entire head that way to actually see. Maybe I could keep my chats on in like my tablet or something. Okay, perfect. I guess I'm gonna go here and then we have our Linux notes. I'm just gonna follow the instructions now. For the instructions, firstly, we're gonna go ahead and create a new branch. So I'm gonna go with git branch. I'm gonna wait a sec. There we go. Now let's go with git branch. I'm currently in my master branch and I want to create a new branch. Therefore, I'm going to go with something like branch git branch or git checkout. I want to go ahead and check out a branch called feature/tooling-notes. Feature/tooling-notes. There we go. And you know what? I think my chat can be in the other window. I can kind of sort of deal with chat being in the other window and reading that awkwardly. The instruction is something that I read way too much. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, and then we're gonna hit enter, switch to a new branch, And then we create a Linux nodes.txt at 3 lines, did that stuff. Commit with a message called add Linux notes. So we're going to go ahead and commit out with a message called add Linux notes. So let's go with something like git commit, a message which is going to be called add Linux notes. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and enter changes not staged for commit, no changes added. Okay, so we add first, but it said commit first. What the hell? Fine, I guess I'm going to add first. Git add. I want to add my feature slash tooling hyphen notes. And now we go with git commit. Fatal did not match. Oh, git add. Let's go with something like Linux underscore notes dot txt. Okay, and now we're gonna go with something like git commit hyphen m. I want to go ahead and merge something called add Linux notes. Nice. Okay, next up, commit with the message to create a vs underscore codes.txt and add 3 lines. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and create another file here, another txt file here. Okay, which is gonna go ahead and be called VS Code. I'm gonna go with VS Code underscore notes. Okay, and then we're gonna hit Control S to save the code, go with Alt Tab, and then switch back to master. Commit with message VS Code. Okay, so let's go with git add. I'm gonna add first. I wanna add my, what was the name? VS Code underscore notes dot txt, and then we're gonna go with git commit, a message which is gonna say something like add VS Code notes. There we go. And then switch back to master. So I'm gonna say my git to check out master. Okay, and then I switch to master. Now delete the branch after merging. So I'm gonna delete my async notes.txt and my practice.txt. Right? Nope. I'm gonna check all my branches. Now I'm gonna go with git branch. I want to go ahead and delete a branch, a branch called feature feature slash tooling hyphen notes. Hint, if you are sure you want to delete it, run it. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's deleted. Let's go with git branch. It is not. Wow. Okay, fine. Let's go with git branch and delete it regardless with an uppercase D. Let's go with feature slash tooling hyphen notes. Delete it regardless. Now I'm gonna go with something like git log hyphen 1 line or 2 hyphens 1 line. A lot. Okay, let's copy it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. Let's grab Claude here, paste it, and say done. And also, is git basically just doing this stuff question mark? Okay, and this is going to be basically. Okay, and now let's go ahead and send it real quick. Okay, before you commit, you need to add the files to your, oh, I see. You should add changes before commit. That does make sense. Tip, you can just type git add dot to add all new changes. I see. Yo, how you doing? Murama, is that your finisher name? I appreciate you joining the stream. And guys, you know what? Can I somehow just grab my chat up there? Will that make it less awkward? Oh, hold on. I think this is gonna just throw my camera all the way to the left. I'm gonna make sure that it's not all the way to the left. Hold up real quick. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and just sort of straighten that out. There we go. Okay, there. I hope it stays Now let me go back to my main camera just to see everything is perfect. And now the chat is not that far away from me. And if I grab this a little bit back, now both screens are not as far away, right? Want to make sure it doesn't change that. Well, it did sort of change that. Hold on, guys. Let me just go a bit here. Nice. Okay, now I need to make sure this stuff doesn't move. There. Okay, but that's way too left. Can I go there? There we go. It stays right there. Okay, I think both these screens are pretty close to me, so I'm just going to go to my webcam properties. And guys, yeah, if I feel this is way too awkward, I'm just going to change my setup to like a different way. There we go. This is more convenient for my mouse and my keyboard typing stuff. Then I'm just going to go ahead and grab this back up there and then extend this size just a tad bit. Okay, and then let's close this. Okay, almost, but not quite. Mistake one, commit before add again. Oh god, I fixed those changes. They were just typos. Can you see the code correctly? Question mark. Okay, since I did make those mistakes, however, I did change and correct them as well. Speaking of which, the instructions did not really say me to add the add. Okay, because usually the instructions, they are pretty pretty vague. It gets hard to kind of relate with it. Speaking of which, that's gonna be mistakes, and then let's send it. Guys, by the way, we're looking at max efficiency as well of Claude. Okay, I guess we're thinking. Oh, I guess I'll just wait. Okay, alright, my bad. I owe you that one. You did catch and fix it yourself. Of course I did. But two real mistakes remain. One file change, 0 insertions. Open the file, write 3 lines, save, then commit. One more attempt here, close, restore, then run it clean. Okay. Let's just go with something like delete. And then I'm going to go ahead and restore that. Going to be patient. Git restore, and then I want to go ahead and restore that. Now we hit enter. Now let's go with something like git log 1 line. Okay, so we have Pydantic nodes, we got this stuff, we got that stuff. Okay, I did restore this stuff too, right? You know what? If this is wrong, I'd ask for a new question so I can start with a fresh palette. Okay, let me paste it and say, Sensei, if this is wrong as well, can I get a new question to start with a fresh palette? Guys, I'm not used to this keyboard yet. It's really awkward trying it, but I mean, it's not like I'm not used to it. I mean, it's not like I won't get used to it. Only thing is, I'm wondering when I have my, no, straight off the bat, you don't get a fresh palette. You get a clean repo which you already have running away from a question you almost completed. Is not growth, it's avoidance. That does make sense. Here's the truth, you only have 2 things to fix, right? Content in vscode.txt before staging it. Run git merge. I did do that. But I did already do that. You probably did not check the output correctly. ... Okay, that's the reason I was asking for a new question as well. So I can go ahead and keep my entire input clear. Guys, I wish that Claude just listened to me and just we went to the new question. Git add, commit, git push, if add in GitHub, git checkout, main, git merge, branch name. That does make sense. Okay, can we see whatever Claude is thinking? Oh, well, they are thinking a lot. Wait, did I pause the thinking process? No, I did not. Okay, alright, I missed that, of course. Fix. I already credit you for that, but let me show you exactly one line by line. VS Code.notes was empty. The output says yada yada, one file change, 0 insertions. Okay. I don't need insertions. Oh my gosh. Fine. Just so there's a say 0 insertions. Guys, I'm gonna try this one last time. Oh my god. Can we just get a new question mark? Huh, guys, it's better if it's another no. Okay, I don't know what's so much to think on, but I guess let's be patient. No! Oh my god. It's getting really, let's go with something like really tricky to understand and solve the question now because there are so many chats. A new question will be much easier. So let me have a new question, same type. Oh god, guys, since when was Claude such a Karen? I thought that Sensei was supposed to be really nice here. But I do see the point of view there, but the thing is I already did it. Fine, oh my gosh, new question, same type, but I'm not doing this because the chat is... But I'm doing this because the long chat is a real problem, not because you dodged the mistake. I didn't dodge a mistake. First start, create a branch called add two files. To make two commits, merge, delete, requirements, create a branch, create CLI underscore notes, write 3 lines, verify the content before saving, stage it, commit, create editor underscore notes.txt, write 3 lines, verify your content before saving, stage it, commit it, switch to master, run that, delete the branch, run git log. Finally. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and have the instructions be new or in my other window. Okay, I'm gonna delete these. Is there a way to delete these? Nice. Just to keep my stuff clean. Move to recycle bin. Annotated type equals to that. Certifier, normalizer. What in the world is this? I remember adding that though. Okay, that was for a different file. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. Yeah, and I'm just deleting this to have like a cleaner place to work with. All my txts are going. Then my log.txt. There we go. Finally, we have a small file. God, I hit rename. There we go. And then I'm going to go with test, delete. Do not ask me again and just move it to recycle bin. And this is environments. It looks like a txt file. There is no changes to save. There we go. Let's remove that. Let's remove that. Let's remove pydantic from here. Let's remove that. Don't save. Please let me be done with this. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our terminal. In my terminal, it says branch name should be CLI. So we're gonna go ahead and create a new branch. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and fix my Unreal Engine's configurations. There we go. I might have my configurations on. Let's decrease some of the gain because my screen is getting way too bright out here. There. Now we're gonna go ahead and start off by creating a new branch. So I'm gonna go with git branch to check out all my branches. I'm in a master branch, therefore we're gonna go with git checkout. I want to go ahead and check out a branch called feature/CLI-notes. Feature/CLI-notes. There we go. And then next up, I'm going to go ahead and create a CLI underscore notes.txt, write 3 lines, verify contents before saving. Okay, so we're going to create a new thing called CLI underscore notes.txt. Okay, write 3 lines. Okay, no one specified what lines am I expected to write. Therefore, I may go with something like line 1, line 2, line 3. And then we save it. Back to the terminal. Stage it, then commit it. Staging basically means adding it. So I'm going to go with something like git add. I'm going to go ahead and let's say add my CLI underscore notes.txt. And then we're going to commit it. So I'm going to go with something like git commit. I want to commit a message called, let's say, add editor notes. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and hit enter. And then we're going to go ahead and switch back to master. So I'm going to go with git checkout master. Okay, so we're back in master. And then I'm going to go ahead and run git merge. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and merge my feature slash CLI. So let's go with git merge. Let's say feature slash CLI hyphen notes. Okay, perfect. And then delete the branch with safe delete. So we're going to go with something like git branch. Safe delete is basically the hyphen and lowercase d. Feature slash CLI hyphen notes. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and check our one log. So I'm going to go with git log hyphen one line. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and copy this. This is what I like, zero mistakes or errors. I'm going to go ahead and grab that, paste it, and say done. However, I had a quick question. Whenever creating a branch, why do we add feature question mark? Is it like a necessary keyword or something that people just do question mark? Okay, and then let's go ahead and send it real quick. Requirements.txt is normally generated in Python projects. You can get Python to scan for libraries and put them in requirements.txt. Good for reinstalling dependencies in different machines. Unless you want to pick specific files to add to a particular commit, git add dot should be easier to use. I see. It's naming convictions. Okay, that makes sense. After plus to choose BCA AI with data analytics. Bro, what is your option? Tell me, dude. Actually, I haven't really thought much about that just for the time being. Although after this series or midway, let's say halfway in the series, I'm going to get a better grasp as to what AIs actually do and what are these skills that I still have. Based on that, I'm going to go ahead and make assumptions on these things. For the time being, I am just learning the basics. And one more thing, guys, in case I do reply to the chat later, is because for my previous setup, I did have my chats right in front of me, but these days I have my chats to the left because I am sort of substituting my, let's say, monitors for adding my, let's say, mouse and my keyboard, because my mouse is in one table and my keyboard is in the other table, just because I didn't have space in one. That said, merge happened. That's huge. You fixed the biggest mistake from last time. I see you. Credit where it's due. But 2 things I see went wrong. Look carefully. Mistake 1. Wrong commit message, but you were committing CLI underscore notes. Typo. Mistake 2. Editor underscore notes was never created. Your log never shows one new commit, not 2. Editor underscore notes.txt does not exist. But your question is great. Feature Slash is not a required keyword. Git doesn't care. You could name a branch banana and it would work. It's a naming convention that teams use to communicate intent at a glance. Prefix, meaning. Feature, new branch being added. Fix, fixing a bug. Hotfix, urgent production fix. Chore, maintenance and cleanup. So when someone sees feature slash CLI, they instantly know a new feature about CLI nodes, communication through naming. Also, these files keep dying. Python.txt. I did do those though. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and check git status real quick. Let's go with git status. They're all deleted, and then I'm gonna go with something like git restore. Oh wait, no. I deleted them on purpose. Okay, wait, let me say something like I deleted them manually on purpose since I did not need them. And then let's edit. Although speaking of which, I do want to restore one tiny thing. Let's restore my requirements.txt. I'm gonna go with something like git restore requirements.txt. Okay, your opinion. I don't understand what you're saying. Bro, can you comment? Actually, okay, bro, I'm a beginner in college. Okay, tell me Okay, actually, if you are a beginner and you want to work more with, let's say, AIs or Python and basics, since you're a beginner at college, you could go ahead and join the Discord server and ask me for my Python's roadmap that I did actually use when I was a beginner. It is really detailed and helpful. The link is going to be in the description, the bio, and you guys can get access to my Discord by typing !Discord on chat. Yo, heading long story, appreciate you joining the stream. Unless you want to pick a specific file to add in a particular comment, git.add should be easier. I see. Okay, if you did git add plus specific files, those deleted changes will be unstaged. Oh, I see. And guys, I feel it. So would it be better? Like, hold on, let me just go ahead and move on to my main camera real quick. Would it be better if I just scooched my chair up here and just bought my table in front and like, let's grab this here? Would this be better? Because this way I can see both my keyboards. Oh wait, now my mouse is all the way there. I forgot all about my mouse, but I'll give it a quick little try. Like, why not? Let's try it. Hold on, guys. Let me just grab that there. Grab that there. Because this way I can see my chats much better. And let me just grab my mouse here. Okay, this wired mouse seems to reach here. Already mic testing. Guys, my PC actually crashed. Hold up, let me just go ahead and restore everything. Let's go ahead and exit that, exit all those things. Grab my Visual Studio here, there we go. And then I'm gonna grab my chats right there. Hold on, things are lagging a little. Okay, and now how is this set up? Like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's like ideal or anything, but if it makes it so much easier to see my chats and everything that I may really give it a try. Then let me just grab my OBS real quick. Lighting is perfect. Chats are so small. How are you so consistent and disciplined? I even struggle to just open Lead website. Actually, I think that it's mostly out of the 21 days rule, where if you do something for 21 days, it does become a habit. But the first 21 days is when it's really hard. And of course, there are some days when I hate to actually do this stuff, but I still just go ahead and do it. But then once I'm done with it, it feels kind of nice. There we go. Okay, guys. I don't know how is this gonna actually work out, but something feels like it's sort of working. I'm gonna go ahead and get my Claude there, and let's grab my chat in this window. Guys, I do not know how is this gonna actually work. This is so awkward. So you switch to Claude. Actually, I have been using Claude for a while now. Then I'm gonna go ahead and open my OBS in this window. Hold on, guys, I'm just sort of setting my thing up. Because it's so awkward to turn my freaking head every single time. There we go. Okay, see both. Because you're doing easy stuff. Easy stuff, guys. I don't know what you guys mean. This is really hard to me. Okay, and then let's go here. There we go. Now, sort of awkward. It's very awkward. This is so small. Guys, I just realized how small my keyboard here is. Okay, there we go. I mean, how small my table here is. Get that there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Maybe. Oh, I think that's the way. I'll keep it vertical. Actually, not bad. I'm stretching my keyboard so damn much. I'm gonna push myself a bit more to the left. That's perfect. I just got my door back and now I can see my chats and I can see my Claude's reference question as well. Perfect. All right. I guess that was enough banter for then. Now let's move on to the cleanup. Okay, clean up the comment first. After that, finish question 5. You still have 2 things. Claude is still stuck to that. Editor underscore txt was never created. I did create it. For some reason, when I show you the terminal, it does not really, let's say, consist of the things that you were expecting. Maybe it could be that the instructions that I got were vague. Since I am, whoops guys, I did not want to write that in caps. Instructions that I got were vague. Since I am a beginner. Guys, it's Claude sometimes gets so tedious. Why Claude? How's the token? What can you say about it? Just came back to your channel after a long time. Actually, it does make sense. First, I mean, what you call it? About the tokens, Claude, I have been trying to reach my limit for so long now, but I'm also using my Claude at max effort and adaptive thinking. I've still not reached my limit. Like, how long have I been streaming for? Like, about an hour now? Okay, now use Linux, so you won't need to use your mouse. Guys, how do you use a PC without a mouse? Like, am I going to be hardcore with my keyboard? That's it, Fred. Let me be straight with you. You probably did create this thing in Visual Studio, I believe you, but look at your terminal. This is exactly what happened. CLI notes, committed 1 file only. Check out, switched immediately after. Git was created but never stored, but never staged or committed. This is actually a really common beginner mistake, and it is important. Creating a file is not enough. Git only saves what you explicitly say it to save. Here's what you need to do now. Step 1, clean up deletions. Git add A, commit M, remove unused files. Okay, step 2, then finish the question. You only need 1 more comment. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get that in the other window. Is that Claude paid? Actually, no, it is the free version of Claude. I haven't actually used any kind of premium Claude versions. I am using the Sonnet 4.6, which is the freer one. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and close this. Now we're gonna go with git add. What does this A do? And then we're gonna go with git status. Get status sounds more like get status. Deleted all those things. Then stage everything. We stage everything. After that, you still have one thing to do. Editor underscore notes was never created. It needs 3 lines of content. I did do that. Okay, comment message was wrong. CLI underscore notes.txt should have message called CLI notes. Okay, so let's go with something like git commit. I want to commit a message called C should have message, not add editor. Okay, so add CLI notes. Okay, and then let's go with a period. On branch, master, nothing to commit, working, tree clean. Oh, I did not switch. Okay, let's go with git branch. Okay, so we have a master. Okay, let's go with git log one line. Okay, so we see that remove unused files. Okay, added one file. There we go. So that's my output now. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that grab plot up here real quick. And guys, I can already tell that this setup is so much better. I mean, this way is so much better to read chats. It doesn't give me a neck cramp. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and add a properties, configure video, and increase my exposure since my gain is not enough. Let me teach you guys something. Usually I go ahead and increase my gain. This depends whether my screen is going to be too dark or too bright. If this is not enough, in camera controls, you guys can go with a higher exposure, but a higher exposure does come with a small risk. If the exposure is too high, your movements get too laggy. So I think a sweet spot is at 5. Okay, and then we're gonna go with something like apply. And then I'm gonna go there. We're gonna decrease our gain a little bit. There we go, now it looks clear again. Clear as day. All right, perfect. I think I'm gonna, of course, the sunlight had to embarf now. Guess I gotta decrease it again. Guys, I'm gonna actually, after the stream, I'm gonna go ahead and add the auto configure video. Okay, what are you trying to do? I'm lost. It's been long since your channel got recommended. Oh, I see. Basically, what I am working on is, making an AI or an agentic AI by the end of the series. I did start a new series called AI Engineering for 365 days, where my goal by the end of the series is to make an agentic AI. It could be whether I train a model or use LLMs for that stuff. Although I have created or like generated a roadmap which has everything that I do need, all the prerequisites that I need before I actually make my series or before I actually make my agentic AI. And so far, I have worked with advanced Python, but now I'm working with developer toolings, which consist of Git, GitHub, and then let's see, I think it's like Linux CLIs and a few other things. After that, I'm going to be soon moving on to, let's say, machine learning and all those all those advanced things, because right now I'm working with basic stuff. That's it, then finish the question. Let's say this is my output. And then let's send it. Hope it's correct. So let's let it be correct. And also, guys, my college did start, so I'm going to be having relatively lesser time to stream as compared to before, which I didn't really have as much as well. But I'm so glad I was done with my programming for 250 days review montage series. And guys, I'm going to close my windows. I'm going to actually, you know what? It's not a bad idea. I'm just going to shut my window down so no more sunlight can get in. Actually, will it help? There we go. Okay, now, don't worry, my screen is not going to be this dark every single time. I'm going to go to configure video and increase my gain. Perfect. Okay, not really the best, but I'll say it's good. That's awesome, let's go. Okay, good cleanup. Commit done correctly. But you're still not finished? This is actually CLI underscore notes.txt with wrong message. I changed my message. I changed it. Dude, I literally changed. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, you know what? I deleted the CLI. I deleted the feature after merging those. So I just have my master. And can I get a new question mark? This will be my last question since I do have a college tomorrow and I am taking a 5-week course. Yeah, guys, it is summer and I'm still taking a course in college. So it is a relatively smaller course because I did take 3. One is 5, actually 2 are 5 weeks and one is an 8-week course. So they do push the 16 or they do like compress the 16-week course into like 5 weeks. So I will be relatively busier because they give a lot of portion ahead. Matter of fact, I just started my class today and I got an exam this Thursday for the first 3 or 4 chapters. Guys, this way makes my camera look so awful. What in the world? Maybe I gotta decrease some white light. There we go. Bro, you have these much tokens new to stream? Oh, actually, I don't really know why do I have tokens. I've been trying to reach my chat limit. Oh, that looks so much better now. I've been trying to hit my chat limit, but for some reason I can never hit my chat limit. Okay, and I'm taking 5 week scores. So without much chats, can I just work on a new question? And should I get in the center of my screen? There we go. But center is going to be pulling this thing a bit more, so I think going a bit here is good. I'll probably scooch my camera a bit more to the left later on. Okay, and then let's go up there. Thinking. Okay, that definitely fixed my thing. Okay, well, Tuck, you've been at this for a while, college tomorrow. I hear you, blah, blah, blah. Question 5, requirements. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad, guys. There was 0 arguments here. Nice. Okay, I'm going to grab my clouds with instruction in the other window so I can use it as a reference. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that I make this last question worth the while. So firstly, we got to go ahead and create a new branch called phase 1. So I'm going to go ahead and check my branch first. I'm in my master branch. Then I'm going to go with git checkout. I want to go ahead and check out a branch called phase 1 underscore notes. Actually, let's go with phase 1 hyphen notes. Much better. Switch to branch phase 1 hyphen notes. And then file 1, we got to go ahead and create a phase 1 underscore notes.txt file. Phase 1 underscore notes.txt file, which is going to go ahead and consist of, let's say, 3 lines. So I'm going to go with 3 lines. Git. Okay, so I'm going to go with line 1. And then let's go with something like line 2. And I'm going to go with line 3. Okay, and then we're going to Control S and bring our terminal up here. Once I'm done with that, we got to go ahead and save our notes and then commit our notes. So we stage and commit. I'm going to go with git add. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add something, right? So I'm going to go with git add my phase 1 underscore notes.txt. And then I'm going to go ahead and commit. Let's go with git commit. I want to commit a message called add phase 1 notes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my phase 1 notes. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and create another file here called phase 2. So we're going to go with phase 2 underscore notes.txt. There we go. In my phase 2 notes.txt, I'm going to go with something like line 1. And then I'm going to add line 2. And then in my line 3, I'm going to go with something like line 3. And then we're going to go ahead and hit Control S to save the code. Grab my terminal back up here. In my terminal, we're going to go with something like git add. I'm going to add my phase 1 underscore notes.txt. And then I'm going to go ahead and commit. So let's go with git commit. I want to commit a message called phase 2. You're kidding me. My bad. I'm going to go with git add phase 2 underscore notes.txt. Now we go with git commit. I want to go ahead and commit a message called add phase 2 notes. Okay, where it has 3 insertions, and then git checkout master. We're going to go ahead and switch to master. Okay, and then once we move on to the master branch, we're going to merge our branch to our master branch. So let's go with git merge. I want to merge my feature slash, let's say, phase 1 notes. There we go. Not something we can merge. Phase 1, F-E-A-T-U-R-E, phase 1 notes. Wait, what is this branch called? Git branch. Phase 1. Oh my gosh, I forgot to add a feature. Okay, well, I mean, it's fine. For all I care, I could add a banana and it'd work. Let's go with git merge. Merge this. Okay, perfect. We've merged it, and then we're going to go ahead and log. So let's go with something like git branch delete phase 1 notes. Okay, now let's go with git log hyphen 1 line. Okay, you can't tell me this is wrong. Add phase 1, remove notes. There are 3 insertions. Perfect. Everything has been perfect here. Try git log graph 1 line to visualize comments. I might try it. Hold on. Let me go with git log and then graph 1 line. I mean, didn't it do like the same thing? To visualize the comments or the commits. Okay, and then let's go here. I'm gonna go ahead and paste it and say done. Okay, and speaking of which, I want to know how do we pronounce this stuff. So I'm gonna go do something like English to Japanese. I don't know why I pick Japanese every single time. Maybe because I want to learn it eventually. Let's go with commit.
Commit.
Okay, so it is commit. It's not commit. There we go. Could you guys hear it?
Commit.
Oh, you guys could. Nice. Okay, let's see. Almost so close again. 2 files, both with 3 insertions. The context existed 2 separate commits. Merge ran before delete. Save delete. Okay. One mistake. Okay, but here's the truth. You fixed every single mistake from earlier. That does make sense. I didn't make that small mistake. Now go rest up. Okay, guys, that was perfect actually. That's it. Let's move on to my main camera. Oh wow, and I'm not in my main camera for my vertical stream. Let me fix that real quick. What up, guys? Let me just scooch myself back here. I'm slowly but surely going here. Okay, I guess we're slowly moving on. And in case you guys think what's this is actually my pimple patch. I'm still moving, guys. It's so slow. Oh my gosh. That should be good. And then I'm gonna lock it up. Okay. Alright guys, so basically that was pretty much it for the stream. Let me make them look nice. There we go. Okay, that was pretty much it for the stream. If you guys did enjoy the stream, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe with notifications turned on, and also share the video / channel / streams in general, because liking helps my algorithm share and makes me smile, and subscribing like a cherry on top. That said, I did actually get my graphics card, but I'm not really gonna, let's say, add it to my PC just yet because I am waiting for my SSD to come as well. Although once I do actually add my graphics card inside of my PC, I will start multi-streaming on Twitch and Kick once again. And also I'm gonna start having a gaming stream once every week in my second channel, which is called Viv Arcade. If you guys do want access to the channel, it is going to be featured in my homepage. That said, I will also start streaming on Instagram and TikTok again if I did meet the followers requirement. Therefore, if you guys do enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, make sure to follow me there. The link is going to be in the description. The link is going to be in the bio. And you guys can get access to any of my socials in general by typing exclamation, no space, or lowercase. The socials is named on chat. A link should pop up within 3 to 4 seconds if that social does exist. If it does not exist, a link will not pop up. That said, also join my Discord server. That's where I usually talk to you guys, chat with you guys, have general conversations with you guys. And if you guys do want access of my roadmap that I'm currently using for my AI engineering for 365 days series, where my goal by the end of the series will be to make an agentic AI, make sure to go either to the Coding Helps chat or the Python's chat and ask me for the roadmap while mentioning my name at Viv Universe. I will be personally DMing you guys the roadmap. That said, I will be adding a Discord command as well, where if you guys type a certain command, the roadmap should pop up. But that I'm gonna do once I have some free time, because I do have a college and all that stuff now. That said, it's the elevator, guys. Let's go, elevator. I'm kind of understanding. Is that like a kind of pun or a joke? Oh, you don't have other brands, so it's just linear, but it's helpful if you work with different branches or collaboration projects. I see. Hi, bro. Hi, doing, Taco? Appreciate you joining the stream. That said, I will be ending the stream right now. And also, one more thing. I did get a new mouse and a new keyboard. That's the reason I'm having a whole new setup right now, because my old mouse and keyboard costed a lot of battery for some reason. That said, a video will be uploaded, I think, in about a day or so. I did schedule it to upload. Make sure to check that video out if you guys do want to see my new setup. That said, my name is Isra Tucker. Is that how I pronounce it? That said, I appreciate you joining the stream. Although, I'll catch you guys next time for more video. Peace. And I also created a new workout channel called Viv Works Out. The link will be in the featured, actually my homepage. I did feature both my separate channels, so make sure to check them out as well.